Hi, guys. Hey, it's Pastor Gary again, and I wanted to share some thoughts with you about where we were in John's Gospel, chapter 10, last week. Now, you remember Jesus Christ is being confronted by the Pharisees, and he's giving them some indications of who he is, and he's not doing it in an obscure way. As a matter of fact, he has already given them several I ams. I am the bread of life. I am the door. I am the good shepherd. And in this chapter, in verse 11, it says, I have come to make that they may have life and they may have it more abundantly. Now, what Jesus is talking about is as the good shepherd, as the one who has come, the only door to heaven, that he is providing to us life abundant. Well, what is this life abundant? I mean, is it just more of the life that we have? I mean, comedian Mark Lowry talks about how his life is full of bills and it's full of mortgages and it's full of car breakdowns and it's full of all of the troubles of life. And surely if God is going to give that life more abundant, he doesn't want anything to do with it. I understand that thought. It's not about just the struggles of life and us receiving more of that. Otherwise, what would be the point? What Jesus Christ says is he says, I have come that they may have life. Now, where does that life come from? Well, it comes from no other than through the Spirit of God. It comes through the fruit of the Spirit that we would have in our lives as children of God as we yield our will to His and we live in the Holy Spirit. Now, what do we get for that? Well, Galatians 5:22 gives us the perfect example, tells us specifically what we can expect as children of God living in the Spirit of God. It says that there is love and joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Oh, these are the things of life. These are the things that all of us would want. Whether you're a Christian or not, you would be ridiculous not to say, hey, those are the things I want in my life. I want love, joy, and peace, and patience, and kindness, and goodness, and faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. You see, it's a love coming from God that is different than the way that the world loves. You see, it's a love that transcends just the physical and the emotional. It allows us to be in love with and be loved and recognized by God. Oh, the joy that comes from the Lord is far different than just the temporary happiness that we might feel when we get our way. I mean, when it really comes down to it, happiness is something that is based purely on what's going on at the moment. Boy, but the joy that God offers is a joy that is based on knowing that we have a relationship with Him, that God recognizes us, He knows us, and even more so, He loves us. Oh, then there's long suffering. Well, this is the one when I look at those fruits of the Spirit that very often I have a tendency to go, you know what? I can probably do without that one. Long suffering is literally patience on steroids. It's patience that allows us to be able to, if you will, suffer on behalf of someone else. Oh, I know it's not something that we really want to do, but this aspect of being able to have God's Spirit allow us to be able to long suffer gives us the ability to forgive debt that others would really truly owe us, to where we don't have to carry around the bondage of what that debt would bring. Oh, then there's kindness. And it's the kindness that allows me to be able to seek the best for others without ever worrying about if I deserve more or if there'll be enough for me. Oh, and then goodness. You see, there's a lot of good people in the world, and there's a lot of things that are called good, but the reality is that without God, we really can't make good and wise decisions. We really can't have good and wise direction for our life. And through the power of the Holy Spirit, this life abundant that Christ offers, we have the ability to be able to make good and godly decisions in our life. Oh, and then faithfulness. Boy, we could all use a little more faithfulness, not only for those that we would befriend, but for our own friends, even our own family. It would be great. And this is what the Spirit promises, is the ability to be able to have this faithfulness aspect of our own heart, exempling the faithfulness of God. As He would be faithful to us, we can be faithful to others. Oh, then there's gentleness. And don't ever mistake gentleness for weakness. No, see, gentleness means that in my own heart that I don't hold any harm towards another, that I would not look to harm myself or others, but being gentle means controlled strength and then self-control. Man, if there is anything else that all of us could use, if you've ever been like me in that place where you've blown it and lost control, you know that there's no benefit, that there's no winning in that situation. So how would it be if we can have this life abundant that Jesus offers, the door, the good shepherd, the one who has come to lay his own life down for the sheep, that's you and me? Oh, we can have the love, the joy, the peace, the long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control that is promised in the abundant life through the Spirit of God. Be blessed this week. Walk in that abundant life. Come and visit us at Calvary Chapel, Dayton Valley. We'd love to see you there, and come and see what it is that the Good Shepherd has for you. Be blessed.